Welcome to Fast Five, where our 4 panelists weigh in on 5 separate topics. Let's get started. Number 1, Supreme Court to decide if a warrant is needed to track cell phone records. Ken, I feel like you would be good for this one.
You know,
what do you think?
So my cell phone, all right, you can know just based upon my call history, just based upon my Bluetooth history, where I have been for all of the time that I've had my cell phone on me. And let's face it, it never leaves my pocket except when I'm making a call or using it. So it's really a gray area. I think that we need to tread very lightly on as far as when we need warrants and when we don't, because if we don't tread lightly, we may infringe on civil liberties.
I knew you would say that, and that's why I asked you. Good libertarian. Okay.
Well, I am going to agree with Ken. I actually absolutely believe that in order to track cell phone records, which will reveal personal information, they should have a warrant. If they have probable cause, they should have no problem getting a warrant.
Exactly. I totally agree. Any thoughts on that, Ron?
I agree.
No? Cool. All right. Next, Trump to push for rebuilding roads and bridges. Who would disagree with that, right?
Obama supported it, and the Republican Congress turned him down, so they didn't. So, yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's get it done. Let's get it started. Let's get a budget in. Let's get the whole thing done. I'm watching now. We go to work, go down Interstate 81 and Mulgans Avenue, watch the bridges, watch all the things that's going on. What a wonderful use of money for the road system, whether it's...
Now, is that really what you're thinking when it's bumper-to-bumper traffic? You're really thinking how wonderful it is?
I am. I just came back from New York yesterday and went on a 9-mile detour on Interstate 81 on this side of Binghamton, New York, and it took a half hour to go back on the back roads with all that traffic. But you know what? At the end of the day, the next time I go to New York and come back, it's going to be finished.
Wow.
And that means something.
Everyone that was on the road had that perspective. That's awesome.
Yes, I think they need to get this infrastructure bill out, quit messing around, quit arguing about all these different things. And he likes to build bridges and build everything. Let's build them.
Roads, walls.
Wait, hey,
but don't forget the solar panels now. He's proposed putting solar panels on the walls, guys, so there's a good use of the wall.
And it will give hopefully to Donald something safe to tweet about at 2 o'clock in the morning. That won't land him in hot water.
Oh, goodness.
He must not have a personal life at all, being up all hours of the day.
Definitely.
Melania lives in New York.
I'm going to say here
They won't hold his hand when they get off the plane.
Roads and bridges are critical to our national infrastructure because that is how we get everything we buy. If you go to the grocery store, that stuff in the grocery store was delivered there by a truck. How'd that truck get there? Going across roads and bridges that have been built.
If you bought it, a truck brought it.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, moving on. U.S. economy keeps up fast pace in May. ISM finds. Have you guys been following that?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
It's been going up for a couple of years. And I think now it's going down a little bit. I know the jobs market's going down a little bit this month. The economy's kind of leveled off. There's something's not going right now. It's a little bit stagnant.
So the question to me is, and the economy going up, I think, is great news for everybody. And you're right, it is slowing down like this month, but it fluctuates up and down. My only question is, and it's a rhetorical one, will our current president get the credit for the bump in the economy the same way that our previous president got blamed for his predecessor ruining the economy?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Probably.
If you're talking, and I'm not even going to say anymore.
Oh, gosh. Okay, this next topic is like my favorite. Harvard reportedly withdraws admissions offers after students post obscene memes in Facebook chat.
Yours.
Oh, it's mine? Okay.
Yeah.
I like this topic because it's encouraging to see that Harvard finally put their foot down about something and actually holding students accountable for their actions. But I'm afraid that you're going to say something about free speech. I just feel it coming. So I'm also waiting to hear your opinion on it.
So here's my concern: is this was in a private Facebook chat.
Right, and Harvard is a private
Okay.
university.
Right,
so they
but
can make
this
their
was
own rules.
this wasn't in a chat for public consumption, but somebody leaked screenshots. Okay. With that said, yeah, Harvard is absolutely under, whatever right they want to tell the students, no, you can't come in. With that said, folks, the internet is forever. Just because you've got something in a private chat does not mean it's going to stay private.
I didn't
Well,
even
and
think
what
about
was
that.
said,
That's-
some of the comments that actually and the memes that
Yeah,
were
I
placed
mean-
were pretty bad.
And I could repeat some of them here, but I
awful.
don't think that that segment would be airable. So,
terrible.
Do they get you in any more trouble than a tweet?
oh, you know what? One of those Harvard students may be a future president. You never know. So,
I'm just glad that it's not being tolerated and that they're being punished. I mean,
You're
it's
so
like,
true.
Well, and honestly, what's that going to lead to in a few years? That type of behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is universities taking some responsibility for their behavior, or at least for their admissions.
A good call.
For sure. All right, and next, Tim Tebow visits Hagerstown. His visit to Hagerstown draws national attention. Did any of you guys go to the game?
Yes, I went
did?
to all of them but
I saw on
one.
Facebook. Yeah, that's
Yes, we went to 3 of the 4, and I was amazed. I was at 1983 at the Jim Palmer one. There were not quite as many here as there was at Jim Palmer in 1983 because that was a AA club. Baseball fans showed up. Average probably 6,100 a game. So you're dealing with over 24,000 people and 4 baseball games in Hagerstown. You say this isn't a baseball town? If you put up the right players, have the right stadium, the right effects there, you can draw people. Tim Tebow, is he a good baseball player? He is fun to watch, but he gets around with people. Who drew more people here? Tim Tebow or Bryce Harper? Bryce Harper's one of the best baseball players in the country now, and Tim Tebow drew way more people than Bryce Harper.
That's true.
Now, if Bryce Harper came back today, I would say there would be far more than 6,100 people here today. But Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner, and everything that he's done, did he ever draw?
I just hope that people who went to the stadium to see the game who wouldn't have normally gone will continue to go and support the Suns.
Right.
So, alrighty, stay tuned. Last call is next.